Hi, in this video I want to share with you the one cause of depression. Now, a German doctor named Dr. Hammer saw that everybody with depression would have a sharp ring in their brain CT scans on their right temporal lobes. So the temporal lobes are here and here, and they would always be on the right. If someone was depressed, they would have these rings. They would be sharp rings, and they would look something like this. And depending on how intense the depression is, the more sharp and nasty looking these rings would be. And they could be located in 5 different locations: here, 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 and here on the right temporal lobes. Okay, whether they were male or female. Now, my name is Mike, the Heal Your Gut Guy, and I help people with gut issues and with digestive issues. And so people with heartburn can oftentimes suffer from depression. So, and then the ring would be right here. And so depression is actually a survival mechanism. I kind of agree it's not the best survival mechanism, but there's 2 sides of the coin here. If there's a ring over here, the person will feel manic. I'm a left-handed male, which makes me more manic. A lot of right-handed males and left-handed females tend to be more depressed. So there's multiple different, these rings are caused by conflict shocks, stressful events that catch you off guard, and it puts an organ into overdrive. So there's kind of like a dual function here. So the temporal lobes do so many things. It's one of the more advanced subjects of German New Medicine, and if you suffer from depression, mania, or bipolar, I can help you tackle these issues. But I can't explain this in a 10-minute video. This is kind of a warm-up. You can go to learninggnm.com and read the temporal lobes video and get an understanding that way. But you really kind of need someone to help hold your hand through this process. And I can do that inside my Rapid Gut Healing program. It comes with a bunch of educational videos, but most importantly, it has a private Facebook group where I answer your questions every single day. And then 3 to 4 times a week, you can get on a live Q&A call with us and ask us whatever questions you want. And I can explain this whole shebang for you. So what are the different types of conflicts that can cause depression? So essentially what you want to do is think back to the time when your depression first started. So the first one where I hear a lot of people is it's either a territorial loss or a sexual conflict. And usually this happens after like a bad breakup or something of a sexual nature. And this will affect the coronary arteries. And usually the main symptom people get is, I can't say the name, angina pectoris, where their arm is burning and it hurts, but it affects the arteries. Another one that I probably see the most is a territorial fear or a scare fright conflict, which can affect the bronchial muscles or the bronchial mucosa. So these people are, people who have asthma and stuff can suffer from depression. People who have lots of coughing fits and who have had, are oftentimes coughing many times throughout the year, they could also suffer from depression. The one that I see the most often is territorial anger or an identity conflict. I'm mad my neighbor chopped down my cherry tree. I'm upset that my boss fired me. Identity conflict. Oh, I don't know what choice to make. Should I be a stay-at-home mom or should I go back to work? I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm really conflicted about it. And then you have a marking conflict, which affects the bladder. So you get like UTIs and stuff like that. So these symptoms are here. I mean, depression is a very strong symptom. So when you start to feel depressed, when you start to feel very sad, that's a conflict active symptom. And the survival purpose of this depression is to help you stay low and in place while the conflict blows over. Whereas me, I'm a manic person, so I become crazy and try to solve the problem. And looking at this from a survival purpose, you can't have everyone in a tribe be manic, because you run the risk of them all getting mowed down or something like that, or all dying trying to fix the problem. But if you have one half of the population being manic and the other half of the population being depressed, then there's a little bit of a balance there. There's a little bit more of a survival chance going on. So how do you fix your depression? The first thing you have to do is identify the conflict. We can do, I don't expect you guys to figure this out by yourself. This is advanced German New Medicine. But the first thing we want to do is try to identify the stress that was going on in our life when the depression first started. Were you in high school? Were you in college? Was it starting out of a particular job? Did it happen during pregnancy? And so pregnancy, so for women, this just gets more complicated because there's so many things messing with your hormone status. If you become pregnant, it like flip-flops side because you totally change the way you experience these conflicts because your hormone status just completely changes. Like imagine, you're experiencing, this is the male way, this is the male side of the brain, experience it from a masculine perspective, and this is how to experience from a female perspective. And if you just get injected with a ton of testosterone, which is what can happen, to a female in a lot of instances, it totally changes the way you experience the conflict. So yeah, we need to identify, try to figure out what program it's linked to, and then resolve the conflict. We need to. Depression is a survival mechanism to the conflict. The brain will stop triggering this survival mechanism once the conflict is over. Ask yourself once you have to identify the conflict, but then you need to ask yourself, how can I make this not be a conflict to me? How can I really fix this? Usually it's a mixture between practical physical solutions and changing your mindset, because a lot of these things are imaginary. It's all in our brains. Everything's imaginary at the end of the day. I know your symptoms are real. Some people, the holistic community really kind of demonizes the use of antidepressants, but sometimes antidepressants can, make the symptoms, a lot more bearable. So there's a lot of variables at play here, and I really can't discuss all of them at any great length in this video, but I would love to talk to you about these things inside my Rapid Gut Healing Program, and you can learn more about that in the description. I do have a gut healing plan. Depression has absolutely nothing to do with leaky gut. It has something to do with, heartburn, but nothing really to do with leaky gut. Leaky gut is kind of like this made-up thing from the holistic community. But, I can help you navigate your depression inside the Rapid Gut Healing Program. Right now it's only $497 or 6 easy payments of $97. And yeah, guys, and it comes with a 3-month refund guarantee. All you got to do is go down to the description to sign up. But if you do have just IBS, colitis, and Crohn's symptoms, I have a 30-day plan for you down below, and you can check that out too. But if you're really into this, if you have depression, everyone with depression should at the very least read the temporal lobe article on learninggnm.com. And yeah, good luck understanding it. It is easy to understand once you understand the German New Medicine perspective, but if you need help doing that, I am here to help you do that. So thank you for watching. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.